Welcome back to Ballistic High Speed. Happy 2023 to everyone. We know it's like over halfway through January, but a lot of great things have been going on behind the scenes at Ballistic High Speed the last month or so. This being the biggest of them, which is we have invested in probably one of the best and fastest high-speed cameras on the market. It's the Phantom V2512. It's almost 4 times faster than that guy, which is usually what we use for all the glorious super slow-mo shots, but this will give us about 30,000 frames a second in high definition and up to 1,000,000 frames per second at acceptable quality. So
that is insane.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with this camera, but what better way to kick it off than with something that happens extremely quickly?
Yeah, so today we have some AR 550 targets here. So what we've rigged up is this plate is sitting completely flush with this board over a ballistic block. And so what we're gonna do is Bryce is gonna fire up his brand new super fast camera.
Yep.
And we're gonna see what is actually happening when a thing called spalling happens. It's when the lead hits a steel target like this and it basically just explodes and it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna see what happens and why it's dangerous. And then you can use this information anytime you're shooting steel to know how to do it more safely.
Yeah, so the question isn't, is it going to splat a bullet? We already know that happens.
Yes.
It's common knowledge. It's what does it look like incredibly slow to see a bullet break apart into fragments, and like how quickly are those fragments still moving? We're gonna be using the Phantom software to calculate what the velocity is of those pieces. These bullets are not getting through the plate. We know that. It's just what do those dynamic physics look like, and then how dangerous is that with, you know, the gel, things like that.
Yeah, because we've seen what happens when you shoot straight into the gel.
Yeah.
And so now we can see what happens when you shoot steel and then it goes into the gel.
So we've got several different calibers today. We're gonna start on the low end, work our way all the way up to a 50 Action Express out of the Desert Eagle. So should be a really fun video. We're not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking because it's less about the details on if it happens, it's what does it look like?
Yep.
And let's just enjoy the show. So let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Cool.
So traditionally, we're gonna start off with a 22 out of a Browning buckmark. In 3, 2, weapon is clear. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, look at that, straight up line.
Yeah, so we decided to put some poster board there to sort of visualize the spalling, and it's like a perfect line.
Yeah.
It's so cool. What about our gel?
Not much in there.
Little tiny nicks and knacks?
No.
No?
Not much, nope.
Okay, that's our smallest and weakest bullet, so.
Yeah.
Did it make a dent at all? Or is it just like rough texture?
Nope, just textured up.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you can see it's a perfect.
All right, so normally with our V711, we're at like 30 to 50,000 frames per second in good quality.
Okay.
We're at 250,000.
This is 250,000 frames per second.
I'm excited.
This is the first
time using this camera.
First one.
All right.
Was it worth it?
Let's see if it was worth it. Let us know. Was this worth the purchase?
Worth it?
Here it comes. Oh, that's a slow bullet.
You can see the shadow. Ooh, look how flat they all are.
I know. And look at the back part of the bullet is like just a circle disc just left there.
Yeah, and there goes all the spalling.
And look how slow that bullet is too.
That's insane.
That is, I am surprised by the level of detail we just got, and I've already like tested out this camera. 250,000 frames per second for a $250,000 camera. It's like the sweet spot. All right, 9mm next, right?
I want to do the 50. Yeah,
well, we gotta wait for it.
9mm, okay, okay. All right, next we're gonna do a 9mm out of a Glock 19. This one just kind of worked. We're not really going in any particular order here. I just kind of wanted to do the Cerakoted Glock next. All right, well, we definitely got more action. Plates on the ground.
Yeah.
Much better hit that go around. Still no dent, but look at the spall. So you can kind of see this was like the 22-ish. I mean, it freaking.
So those bigger pieces, that must be metal jacket?
Probably.
So no dent, just texture?
Yep, just texture.
Right.
Look, it actually like pressed it into the wood a little bit.
Oh, cool.
And I can actually see some spalling has breached the gel.
See little holes.
So
this would for sure go into your flesh some.
Yep. Doesn't look like it would be crazy. Yeah. I mean, I still wouldn't want it in there though.
Yeah. So full metal jacket this time. So now it's not just lead splatting. We've got some copper.
Should be copper.
Copper splatting as well. So we'll see what happens. Whoa, that's pretty. And if you look right at the moment of impact, little spark, see that?
Oh yeah.
So that's either the air getting compressed to the point of ignition or little pieces of metal sparking off. It could be either of those or both.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Were you gonna say it's a flower petal?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's beautiful. It's like got a nice symmetry to it and everything. The concave back of a bullet.
Yep.
Flattens out to this disc and just, is it on the, what happened to it? Oh, it just flies off. What? And what is that?
The tip?
It just like created a pancake and sent it off. This is a cool camera.
Yep.
So 38 Special is fairly similar to a 9mm. Well, like you said, we're doing this in no particular order. We're just shooting stuff at it. Yep. So 38 Special next, and then maybe step it up to 45 after that.
Now we're gonna do a 38 Special out of this little Smith & Wesson. Reminds me a lot of like little ankle guns, so this will be kind of interesting to see. Seems like a pretty big round for such a little guy. Let's find out. There it is. So through a little trial and error, I'm excited to see it because even with all these other ones that were like way off, they all look exactly the same and they look different.
They act totally different.
Yeah. So I'm actually really excited to see this now that we got it in there.
Okay, what's the spalling like?
Pretty big chunk right there. We got some lodged in the wood here.
But nothing that's like tearing the gel apart.
No, I'm not seeing anything like super deep. Now that we're moving into bigger stuff, I'm gonna try and get us a cleaner area of the gel here.
Okay. It's a lot like of skinny little strips versus chunks like the full metal jacket 9mm.
Right. It's like the sun that you drew when you were in like 4th grade with the little rays coming off.
It's like yawed up like 5 degrees. Why would that be?
Oh, that was a big flash.
Ooh. And it went up. Probably because it was angled. But
why is it like that?
A lot chunkier splat.
Yeah.
A lot slower splat. I did not realize that each of these bullets would have a unique characteristic to how they deform like that.
I wonder if that's how, when they're doing investigations.
Oh, like forensics and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it must look so much different because it's going so much slower that it's not even enough to like grind on the metal, and so it just leaves.
It might just be really soft as well.
Yeah.
So because it'll like compress itself and spring off a little bit because it's got like more movement in the material. So another step up, 45 caliber?
Yep, 45, and then we'll see if the you know what, that'll be how we find out what's the difference between the 454 and the 45.
Yeah.
This guy, it only costs $200,000 to find out the difference between the two.
We'll see it. Okay, let's load her up.
All right, let's do it. All right, up next we have a 45 caliber out of the Sig P220, and Olight was nice enough. They sent us some products. This is the Balder S. They have a sale coming up. If you want to help support the channel and you want to snag one of these Olights, we have a link in the description below. Helps us, and you get a light laser combo. Dude, 45 is just absolutely smack.
So that audibly sounded like a nicer ring.
Yes.
With the 45.
Look at that. That dude right there, right?
Looks different.
See, and we're back away from what that 380 did. What's kind of crazy though is it's so close to the sticker and yet barely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it feel like though? Are we making any dent yet with these guns?
No.
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 Okay. What about spalling? What do we got going on? Poster board looks kind of the same as the other rounds.
A little bit.
So this has the full metal jacket, so that's what those bigger chunks might be.
And he sent one pretty deep. That one would hurt. It's this guy right back here. Got another good one up there.
Because we have more mass, we have more potential for bigger chunks flying into you.
Yes. Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought this was going to be like way more
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not done yet though.
I mean, if it goes up into your chin, you're not going to be happy.
Oh no, there's not much in there.
That's true. I imagine this is going to look like the 9mm, but more of it.
Oh yeah.
Wow. But it's cool how some of the copper jacket sticks to some of the lead and other ones just go wherever they want.
I was just gonna say, I like how you can actually see how a jacketed bullet works now by watching it shred in half.
Yeah.
I love how it just leaves the little butt.
It's just like,
and
it maintains the rotational inertia of the bullet.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. And there's always that tiny little fragment that gets splatted in the front. That must be the very, like,
the nose.
Innermost part of the lead splatting and up against the copper maybe.
Yep.
So let's add potentially more energy into it with a 454.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
This thing's gonna kick.
All right, well, warm up your hands.
So that's the 45.
Uh-huh.
That's the 454.
Oh, good Lord. That's like twice as long.
This was out of the Sig P220, and this is going to be out of a revolver. So.
Okay. So bigger cartridge means potential for more speed because of more gunpowder?
Yep.
Okay.
And it has it's already kind of flat on the front, so I think this is going to be a really interesting one.
Yeah.
On that plate. So.
Okay. Well,
let's do it.
Load it up.
Okay, this is a 454 out of a Ruger revolver. As far as I know, it's basically if a 45 took Tren. That's steroids if you don't know. Let's see what the difference is.
Wow.
So definitely some impact.
Wow. I'm surprised that any of the stickers left.
I don't know, you can feel something, maybe like the tiniest little dent. What do you think?
Yeah, it's the only bullet that's done any surface damage.
Nothing to the back, not even close to that yet. So a little bit.
Yeah, I wondered if 454 would be too similar to 45, but oh wow.
Had some big, which we heard something hitting the...
Yeah, spalling falling out of the sky. What about the gel block?
I'm not getting a whole lot down in the gel. And our plate is sitting flush.
Yeah, it's eaten into the wood for sure, but it's not doing much else.
That is surprising to me. Okay.
That rifling spin is so satisfying. Got another spark.
Flash. Wow, that broke into like larger chunks.
Oh yeah.
All right, up next is a 10mm out of a Glock 40. This right here is my problem solver. We have another one of Olight's products. This is the Valkyrie Turbo. We kind of just put it on here because it fit really well. It throws light really far, which I would see maybe more on a rifle, but here we are. You get to see it in action. If you want one, use our link.
Completely tore up that sticker.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at that radius of like darkness around it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Which one of these was that the 454? I feel like the 10mm did more.
There's a big old piece of copper in there.
Chewed that up real good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can actually start to make out all these little bits in there now that they're all adding up. A lot of that's wood and like sawdust, but there's a lot of pieces in there too.
which would still hurt.
What does that feel like? Is there a dent?
Yeah, I mean, it's about like the 454.
Yeah, it's like just a small little tiny crater. Oh, look at the sticker. Just eviscerates it. Oh, wow. It's flaking off.
Oh, that's from the metal.
The vibration of the plate shakes off all those flakes.
Holy smokes.
That's why that dark ring is there.
Yeah,
It just
that wasn't on the other one.
Let's look at that impact
I wanna be on
again.
YouTube. So each one of them has done the same thing, but there's always been a unique attribute about the way it's happening. Because like they all have the little nose and then the pancake at the end, and then it sits for a second and then kind of goes away. So they've all like had that, but they've all like sparked different, or that one shook that. But what's really cool is that's what this whole thing is for.
That's what this is designed for.
Just for you.
For you guys. What is it gonna take to make more of a dent? Is it gonna be a faster, pointier bullet or just a fatter bullet? And that's kind of what the next two rounds are, right?
Yup, it exactly is, because we have the 5.7 blue tip, which
is very fast.
Very fast. I bet that's gonna leave a mark. My bet, the Deagle, I think it's gonna break all this.
Yeah, all that energy into the wood.
I think it's gonna break this whole thing. Which would be perfect because it's our last shot for the day. So.
And we'll get it on Glorious High Speed.
Glorious High Speed.
Yep. Alrighty, what the? All right, reset, cut.
So we've kind of done a bunch of heavy fat stuff. So we're gonna sling a 5.7 blue tip. I just wanna see what's gonna happen before the grand finale of the Deagle.
I think you hit the sticker. Do they feel any different? Does speed help?
Sure doesn't seem like it.
No?
No.
Damn.
I thought they were like crazy fast armor beating blue tip.
I mean, maybe there's another version of it that's a little better. I don't know.
5.7 is like new to me.
Yeah.
But we didn't see much of the smoke on the other ones, or whatever that is.
That's interesting. I wonder if the high speed's gonna show something.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That looked like it made a ball.
Yeah.
I can't even comprehend the shape that's happening.
Look at the sticker circle that, it like blew a smoke ring but with the sticker.
That's the only impact that looks like it's three-dimensional. Like it looks like it's exploded outwards as well.
Right, and everything else definitely just went flat. And then, wow.
Well, if you watch up here, there's kind of a little bit of what looks like black powdery substance. So the blue tip was not all that much more capable. I don't know any other way to describe it.
Definitely different though.
Yeah, so far we have not gotten a repeat impact between all these calibers. They all are unique.
I mean, we may not have done it like in proper order, but we basically just stepped up. We're throwing larger and larger things.
Yeah.
Then we went and we did some speed, and now we're going to go and throw the largest.
Yeah, we basically you have these like counterweights of mass and velocity, and we've been trying all sorts of different ways of having that ratio, and now we're just doing good amount of speed and a bunch of mass.
You know what? Fine, take it all.
Yep.
So,
all right.
I'm gonna warm my hands up before this one.
Okay, I will prime the high-speed cameras.
All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, the Desert Eagle 50 AE. God, you gotta handle this thing.
Woo! I think that was it. I think that was the shot.
Okay. Weapons clear. It's a nice dent though.
Is it?
Yep, because there's the first one.
Oh, you're right.
That's it, yeah.
Completely. You could almost cut that as like a clean line.
I wish we would have had a cleaner block.
There's copper and Oh, look at that piece sticking out. That could do some damage to you.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, between the two, this is double, what would happen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it almost...
You could fold that.
Cut that in half, yeah. Look.
It's cool how perfectly straight it is almost. Well, we have our last high-speed clip to go look at.
I really wish it would have
just demolished
blown
through
all
there.
the way through that.
Well, when we revisit this with rifle calibers, 50 BMG or API,
oh, yeah.
that's gonna just send it.
Yep.
Let's cue the high speed.
The glorious high speeds.
Let's go. Here we go.
Been waiting for this one.
250,000 frames a second.
Oh my.
We get that same flowering, but what is that what you're looking at?
Yeah. That looks fake.
What? That looks like it's been added in
Yeah.
post. Because like,
Did you do this?
did I do this in the camera? What is that? What could be inside actually?
Well,
This is a hollow point, right?
yep.
I can't even think of what that could be. So if anybody works at Hornady or
Yeah.
manufactures bullets, can you please tell us what is this black smoke coming out of this bullet? Because it just bursts out all of a sudden and there's not even a hole. And I know it's not a sensor artifact. I would be able to tell. I've worked with phantom cameras enough to know.
And then it hangs out and it
Just
dissipates.
What the world?
It's like an inverted frisbee.
It's like a angry penny coming at you. I am so happy we got this camera.
Oh, this thing is amazing.
Yes.
Freaking insane. What's also insane, that you can have that much force colliding together and almost nothing happens
Yeah,
to
because
the
it's
AR-5.
that just shows you the difference in density between metals. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people probably think of metals as just like some are hard, some are a little harder. That is immensely hard.
Yes.
Because it's getting hit with a supersonic chunk of different metal.
Different metal.
And it's just
but
like
metal.
and it's just like ooh, and that's all it does.
Science.
Science, barely inconvenienced.
Okay.
All right, well
was-
let's clean up and outro this video.
That was sweet.
Cool.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I can qualitatively and quantitatively say that this camera was more than worth the investment.
Oh, yes.
Just from this video here.
That wasn't the most explosive episode we've ever done with stuff
No.
flying all over the place. Wasn't extremely scientific, but we definitely learned a lot about spalling.
Yeah, I have never seen spalling in that detail before.
No.
I mean, it's almost like art when it's that slow.
Some of those you could have convinced me was a mosaic.
Yeah, it was like flower petals. So this is a precursor to some future videos. We're gonna be taking a look at, because spalling is so dangerous, what can be done to steel plates to make them safer? Because you don't want spalling going into your knees, going into your friends next to you, going into your chin. So what do manufacturers do to make these safer? We're gonna be exploring that in some very soon episodes. Those are gonna be coming up probably the next 2 episodes. We're gonna be exploring that.
It's gonna be a good time in the comments.
So, I'm sure you've noticed, we've got Ballistic high-speed merch. This sweatshirt has kept me warm all day. We're in northern Indiana, so this sucks, but this has kept me warm. So we've got Ballistic high-speed sweatshirts, sweatpants, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and by popular request, we have astronaut pumpkin swag.
We do indeed.
So we've got shirts, sweatshirts. We also have coffee mugs.
Yes.
I actually really like my mug. So if you want to support us, please just head over to our YouTube channel. You'll see the store tab there.
Yep.
Buy yourself a shirt, buy 2 shirts, buy a sweatshirt, buy something for your friend. It really supports the channel. If you like what we do and you want to see more, you want to support us, that'd be a great way to do it. Also Patreon.
And there's an Olight sale coming up.
Yep.
And if you want to help us out that way, the link will be down there.
Yep, we know people have their preferences with brands and stuff, so if Olight's not your thing, that's okay, but it's a good way to support us if you buy some of their products. They've got that sale coming up, so that'll help us as well. So let us know what you think in the comments below. What should we film with this bad boy? We obviously got to revisit Tannerite, so we're going to be doing that at some point. So we can film up to 1,000,000 frames per second. So what do you want to see? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on social media, Patreon, all that good stuff. We appreciate all of your support, and we will see you in the next videos. Thanks for watching.
But we won't see them, but
We will That's got a good ring to it.
It does.
Okay, and cut.